Yes, guys, welcome to a new video. This is the preview for Norwich. That was very, very intense, that wasn't it?
That was very intense. You are very hyped for this Norwich game.
I am very, very hyped, actually. You know why I'm hyped, Bray? Because it's actually a big game. This is a big game. Liverpool play on Sunday, so again, it's another opportunity to get the 3 points in the bag and then apply the pressure to Liverpool for their match, and that's what it's all about. You know, get the 3 points, move on to the next game. You know what I mean? Just focus on the game in hand, put the pressure on Liverpool, and then we move, and then we got to just hope that Liverpool slip up to make it a little bit better for us. But yeah, there's still lots to talk about in this game. Norwich have actually had a little bit of a semi-revive in form, Bray. They're obviously having a bit of a bad time. Won 2 games on the bounce, drew the last match. They're coming into this in semi-decent form. 2 wins and a draw in the last 3 games. Will they fancy the chances? I mean, the thing is, bro, they're going to come here. I mean, I'm looking at the goal difference before, bro, and I'm pretty sure, I'll just double check now, but I'm pretty sure the goal difference ain't great. Now, it's minus 32.
It's the worst. Basically, it's one of the worst. I think, is it the worst in the league?
It's the worst. If it comes down to goal difference, they are getting relegated. So, my question on this one to Norwich fans, yeah, is do you just come and actually just try and win? Because if you come and get beat 1-0, or get beat 5-0, it really doesn't matter because the goal difference, you're not close in the goal difference situation. I mean, if it comes down to goal difference, you're going down. So you might as well come and actually try and play and try and get the win and therefore risk getting smacked because you'll then leave space, but actually try and get the win than come and sitting there defending and probably get beat maybe 1-0. You know what I mean? What's the point in that? Like, the goal difference doesn't impact you because it's so bad.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Why not just go for it?
You might try. You might as well try and win.
Why not just go for it? Because your goal difference ain't you. It's like, do you know what I mean? Your goal difference is looking unfixable, especially with Burnley not conceding too many goals this season. I think they should just go for it, and because they've had this little bit of a bounce. You know what I mean, they scored first against Palace. They've had unbeaten in 3. I think they might fancy just like nicking something here, but I don't know if it is a bit naive to come to City and think I'm going to go out for it because then you're just going to offer up a lot of space. They might try and take like the Brentford, the Crystal Palace kind of route. They might double down on that like a lot of teams have, or like, do you know what I mean, and just try and scrape a win because basically just because of the way that we play football.
Are they good enough to do that? That's the question.
I'm not sure. That's the thing, because of the way, judging off the goal difference. They're obviously leaking goals, so clearly these guys can be broken down. Yeah, so
that's what I'm saying.
Do you know what I mean? Should they just go? We'll just take it to them, because if we sit there and let them come at us, they're gonna score. So we'll take it to them and just fancy our chances. Do you know what I mean? See what we can do. See if we can get a couple of goals and that. Or, do you know what I mean? See if we can score first. Try score early or something.
It will be interesting to see how they approach the game.
It is interesting to see how they're gonna line up for this one.
Yeah. For us, bro, I'm looking at King Mahrez once again. Since he's come back from the AFCON, guy's been on fire. 3 goals, is it, in 2 games? 2 penalties. His penalty in the last match as well against Brentford was absolutely brilliant. He's finished for the second goal, nice as well. Top goal scorer, and this guy right now, guys, Riyad Mahrez, is undroppable. You cannot drop this guy from our team. You know what I mean? He's top goal scorer, getting some assists as well. And he's playing with a smile on his face. And I just think, look, like you just said, Norwich are conceding quite a lot of goals. In the team, I want Mahrez in that. Why? Because he scored the most goals in my team. So obviously, I'm gonna want my player who's scoring the most goals against a team that's conceding a lot of goals. And Riyad Mahrez fits the bill. Now, some people might say, yeah, but he's played the 2 games. He's played games since he's come back. Does he need a rest? But he's been subbed. You know what I mean? So is he not fresh? Yeah, I'd say he's fresh.
I think he'd be fine to play. And plus with Mahrez, you know that if we're playing every 3 days, the guy'd want to play every single game anyway. I don't think this guy's the kind of guy who goes, oh yeah, I'm tired, boss, I need a break. He's the kind of guy who knocks on Pep's door and goes, I don't care if I played 2 days ago, I want to be playing this match. Yeah. I think he'll start. I think he should start anyway. I'd like to see him start. The other side's a bit of a weird one because we've seen Grealish typically play there quite a bit. Yeah. Obviously, he came on as a sub in the last match. Sterling started there in the last game, and it was a mixed opinion on Sterling.
It was very mixed.
In the comments, a lot of people were saying, Sterling was trash, and a lot of people were saying, I thought Sterling had a good game today.
I thought Sterling played all right.
I thought he looked all right as well.
He played well, mate.
He looked decisive in what he was doing, and that's what I like about this newfound Sterling. He looks like if he wants to beat a man, he's driving at him straight away. He's not like trying to think, oh, am I going left or am I going to pass it and cut in? Yeah, I think he was okay.
Yeah, but that is the question though. Who plays that, or do you play Foden left? Because he's been a bit quiet recently at false nine. You know what I mean? But then when he drifts out wide, he gets on the ball and does a little bit. Like
I think if you're going to play Foden left, Sterling gets dropped and Grealish goes false nine.
Or unless you put Kevin or Bernardo
up there and you bring Gundo in.
Because Gundogan's not played a lot of football, and
it'd be good to get him back in the team.
And Bernardo was quiet in the last match. Maybe you give Bernardo a rest. No, he's not had any rest all year. You know what I mean? Maybe you give Bernardo a little bit of a rest. He plays pretty much 90 minutes every single game. So you might see, which may hinder the smoothness of the game, but you might see a few changes in this. You might see Gundogan coming in, who's obviously not played, very regularly recently. You might see Foden go left wing, and maybe see Kevin go up front, or maybe Bernardo will still play, but play a little bit further forward. Or you might see Gabby. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I feel that we're going to see changes. At the back, I think the back will revert to the norm. I think that whilst John Stones played well at right back the other day, I think that you're going to see Kyle Walker play.
Yeah, I think Kyle Walker will come back in, especially because if he doesn't, he's not going to be playing until next weekend because obviously we've got the Champions League game, which he can't play.
Yeah.
I think that it's a smart move to play Kyle Walker in this. I think Pep's probably seen what he had to see about the Stones situation. If it was like a prep for the Champions League, he's seen how it worked against Brentford. I don't think he necessarily needs to try it again. I think get Kyle Walker in for this game, Kyle Walker and Cancelo, and we'll probably see. It'll probably just be Diaz Laporte, won't it?
Yeah.
But then there is obviously in the back of my mind, there is the fact that we do have a Champions League game on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So that's why I am very. Do you know what I mean?
And that's probably why you will see a few changes in the midfield.
Because Ake's been doing decent. You could bring Ake into this game. You could play Diaz and Ake in this game.
It is really tricky. It is tricky. There's so many games coming thick and fast. But you've got to get the wins. We can't afford to be dropping points. You know what I mean? So. Look, it's an interesting one. Team lineup then. I think for me, bro, I think I'm just going strong at the back, to be honest. I'm going Ederson, Kyle Walker, Diaz, Laporte, and Cancelo. Bearing in mind that Walker's not available for the Lisbon game. If, unfortunately, Diaz or Laporte got an injury against Norwich, you still have Stones, you still have Ake to come in there.
You've got very good backups.
So I wouldn't worry about that.
Midfield wide, Rodri has to play. Rodri always plays. I mean, unfortunately, it's bad actually. It is unfortunate because he ain't getting no rest this season. He just has to play every game, innit? And then Kev was sick again the other day, so you play.
He was very good.
You're playing Kev Gundo. Maybe give Bernardo rest. He had a quiet game against Brentford, but is it?
It's a tricky one.
It's so difficult because you could say then because Foden had a quiet game and Bernardo had a quiet game. They're the two standouts that just didn't really stand out. Do you know what I mean? After the match, I look at them two going, oh yeah, they didn't really do much in that match.
Yeah, could you rest Bernardo for this game, preparing for the midweek game against Lisbon, and go Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, go Mahrez right, Sterling left, Grealish false nine. Would that work? I feel like it could work.
I think that works.
Against Norwich, it might work. I don't know, but you still have talent on the bench. You know what I mean? You still got Foden on the bench to bring on if stuff goes wrong. You've still got Bernardo Silva on the bench. You got Gabby Jesus on the bench. You know what I mean? So there is players that you can bring on there. I think the more I think about this, I think you're going to see a few changes. That's a team that will go far anyway.
Yeah, we'll go for that.
A few changes. One eye slightly on Lisbon, which is completely against what we said at the start of the video when we said you just need to take one game at a time.
And it's completely against what Pep always says as well. Focus on the next fixture. But
you know, it is what it is. However, he says that, but then against Brentford, he clearly was planning
clearly planning for 2 games in a
He was clearly planning for Sporting Lisbon, because there's no way that he went, oh, Walker, you're not playing, I'm playing John Stones right back. Clearly,
I found a new right back in John Stones.
That was clearly a tactical practice for the Champions League. So, yeah, that's the team we'll go for. Slightly changed, but I still think there's plenty in there to get the win.
That's a strong team.
And then when we come to play Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League, you got a fully fresh Bernardo Silva, you got a fully fresh Foden, and you know what I mean. We're ready to go in it. So, yeah, let us know what you think of the team. Would you slightly change it, or would you just sack that off and just go full ham, even though you've got Sporting Lisbon on the Tuesday night? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Live watch along coming this evening, guys. So make sure you come and join us if you're not going to the game or you're not going to the pub or something. We are doing our live watch along as normal, so we'll be live later on. And other than that, anything else to say, Bray?
Up the Blues.
Up the Blues! Let's see you in a bit, guys. See you in a bit.